Hi flossTube, I'm Annie and I am the Proper Stitcher, and welcome to episode number 78. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. I'm so glad that you stopped by today. This is a channel where I like to talk about cross stitch and quilting and hopefully give you inspiration to fully finish your projects. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your continued support and all of your wonderful comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving last week. I cannot believe we are already in December, and I had a great Thanksgiving. Gray came home for Thanksgiving. It was a quick visit, but it was a great visit, and so we enjoyed spending time with her. She came home Tuesday and left Sunday, and so that was her first time home since she started school in August. So it was really good to see her. I think she enjoyed sleeping in her own bed. She had been sick for about 3 weeks, and she still had a cough and not feeling great when she got home, and I think she just needed a few days of rest. She needed to sleep in her bed and in her room and just have a good time reconnecting and recharging, I guess. So we were so glad to see her. Thanksgiving was wonderful. It was quiet. It was different than our previous and years past Thanksgivings, but it was wonderful. We had a great dinner, wonderful time with each other, and then we started decorating our Christmas tree on Thanksgiving night. Actually, we did it this year. We did it the day after Thanksgiving. Everybody voted and wanted to watch a movie on Thanksgiving evening, so on Friday we decorated the tree. So it was a great weekend. We had so much fun. Tristan enjoyed seeing his sister, and so it's just been a busy week this week, getting back into our routine and our schedule, and I'm getting ready to go out of town. Today is Friday, December 2nd. I am leaving town any minute now. After I finish recording, I'm going to upload this video. And while the video is uploading, I will pack my car. And as Amelia Bedelia would say, I'm going to hit the road. And I am going to Farmington, Missouri, which is a town about an hour and a half south of St. Louis. And my friend Kim Gavlik owns Stitch Etc., which is a cross-stitch store. And it is the most charming store. It's in an old building, or a historic building downtown. Beautiful brick walls, beautiful ceilings. She has it decorated for Christmas, and she invited me to come and just do sort of like an ornament workshop. So tomorrow we are going to open the doors and sort of have a meet and greet, and people have been invited to bring a small piece that they would like to finish into a Christmas ornament. She'll have all kinds of finishing products and trim and sticky board and all those things to decorate or to finish a Christmas ornament. So I'm super excited about that, and I will be there tomorrow at her store. I'll list all the information below from 10 until 4. And when we leave there, we will go to Spring Green, Wisconsin tomorrow evening. When the store closes, we will drive to Spring Green, Wisconsin and spend the week there, going to Country Sampler and other cross-stitch stores in that area. We did this trip last year and it was so much fun, so we decided to do it again, and I can't wait to go and just have some stitching time. I know it's going to be cold. A friend of mine said, who lives here in Knoxville, she does not cross stitch. She said, you know, Annie, there's this place called Florida, and it's a lot warmer than Wisconsin. You should probably do that next time instead of going to Wisconsin in December. She just doesn't get it. We just want to go to Country Sampler, and I love how they decorate their store for Christmas. So exciting things coming up. So this video is going to be a little different, a little shorter. All of my whips are packed and not ready for me to share with you. So what I thought I would do is share with you one FFO that is actually my exchange gift. So hopefully I've actually instructed everyone who is going on this trip, do not watch the video until after we give our exchange gifts away, because I want to share with you my exchange gift, which is my FFO. I have some previous finishes to share with you. I wanted to go over the giveaways from the last 2 episodes. I didn't want to leave town and not announce those giveaways. And I will get those in the mail when I return from my trip. So I thought we would just jump right in and do those things right now. So here we go. My FFO to share with you, and it was a whip that I shared with you last week, is from the Ooh La La Blackbird Design book. And I have flipped through this book with you all, shared it with you. I love Blackbird Design books. They're wonderful, but I decided since we are going to Spring Green, Wisconsin, that I would stitch the Spring Green pincushion out of this book. And this is what I stitched. And you can see down here it says Spring Green. And I thought this would be a perfect gift for someone who is going with me on this trip. So here is my fully finished Spring Green piece. I decided not to finish this into a pincushion, but instead to mount it on a board. This is a Stitch Etc. wooden board. And first, let me tell you a little bit about the piece. I stitched this on 36 count American chestnut, and I used all of the called for floss. I stitched it 1 strand of floss over 2. So here's the detail, and this is so beautiful. I put her initial right here, and here's the trim. Or the border. I just love that border, and it says Spring Green. Here's just a house. This looks like a K, but it's actually part of the flower motif. I love that cardinal. All the colors, even though this is not a Christmas piece, I think the cranberries were really pretty. The cranberry colors were really pretty. So here is how I finished it. This board measures 6 by 6 inches. And so I cut a piece of sticky board for my base background. And I cut it at 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And I put a piece of quilt batting on the sticky board, and then I wrapped a piece of fabric around it. And this is a paisley print. I don't know if you can see the paisleys, but a paisley print fabric that is part of the Three Sisters Cranberries and Cream line. I actually got it last year at Spring Green, and it is a beautiful line of fabric. I love, and I use it often, but I love that line of fabric. I bought a fat quarter bundle of all the fat quarters from that line. And so that's what I did with that. Then I wanted you to see a lot of the red. So I cut the next piece of sticky board a lot smaller. This stitched piece actually measures 4 3/4 by 4 1/2. So it's not exact square, but I cut it into a square. So it would kind of fit within that 5 by 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 red piece. So I did the same thing on this. I cut this just 1/4 of an inch all the way around this measured piece. So this is actually about 5 by 5. So I put a piece of quilt batting on the sticky board, and then I did the same with the cross stitch piece. I put it on the sticky board and I glued it on the back using the Eileen's tacky glue. So that is how I finished those 2 pieces. Then at the top, I had this vintage antique button that I got at a trade show once, and I've been wanting to use it for something. Let me see if I can get it in there. So I decided this would be a perfect piece to use this on. So I just took a piece of khaki ribbon and with a wire ribbon, a piece of twine, and then the button, and I made a bow. And then I got these little green sprigs from the paper craft section at Hobby Lobby. And I didn't want the finishing to be Christmas. I didn't want this to be a Christmas piece. So I kept it very neutral so she can leave it out year round. But I am so happy with how this turned out. It was a super simple finish, very easy. A lot of you have asked me to do a tutorial on how I make bows. And so when I return from my trip, I will do that next weekend. I get back next Friday. And so over the weekend, I'll do my regular floss tube, and then I'll do a separate video on several different bow tutorials. I have a couple of different ways that I do bows, and they're very easy. And anyone can do it. So I'll be happy to do that next time. So one more look. I just thought this turned out beautifully, and I'm very happy with it. Just a classic finish. So I am so excited. So I will get this wrapped and put it in the box and give it to her this weekend. So that is the Spring Green Pincushion from the Ooh La La Blackbird Design booklet. So that is my one FFO this week. So I thought we would look at some previous Christmas finishes. So I thought each week during the month of December, I will share with you all some previous Christmas finishes. So I brought several to show you today. So the first one I showed you last year, I actually stitched it last year. This is from an Instagrammer who designs some cross stitch patterns, and her Instagram handle is the Traveling Stitcher. I'll link it below. And she has a Etsy shop called the Magnolia Nest. I'll link that below as well. But this was her first one that she released, and she sent it to me. I gave it away as a giveaway last year, a PDF download. And I believe this one's called Quaker Christmas Tree or something like that. I use this on, and I have it up on my shelf this year. But I finished this on a Stitch Etc. board. And I used this really fun plaid fabric and some white rickrack. Did the same layering that I have before. And I made a Christmas bow, and I made this button to go on top. This can actually be an ornament. If you have a bigger tree that you have holes that you need to fill in, these boards make the perfect, I call it hole fillers on a tree. You can also put it on a pie plate, or you can put it on a tiered tray. You can do so many things with this size board. But hopefully some people will want to finish some of their ornaments tomorrow on a board. But these are the perfect boards. But I thought that was a sweet little design, super quick. Some other FFOs that I have, and these are some of my favorites, and I really want to go back and stitch some more of these. But I stitched some Prairie Schooler little ornaments. This is from the Button Up book. It has been re-released. You can get the paper copy. It's not the cardstock copy anymore, but the Prairie Schooler Button Up, I've seen this pattern stitched as one big piece and framed, but I decided to make little individual ornaments. So there's a little boy ice skating, or maybe it's a little girl, I don't know. A little child decorating or making a snowman. This one I put a silver charm. I put a hat on that one. And then this one with the dog. So cute. I love these. I just used this was back when I first started teaching myself how to finish. But I used this really pretty navy plaid. And I did something a little different. I added a border, a double border. So I don't know if you can see it, but I did a red border and then a white because I wanted it to be more like a snapshot, like a picture frame. So that's what I did with these. These are from the Button Up book from Prairie Schooler. And then my last FFO to share with you, or previous finish, sorry, was something I love sharing every year. And it is something when I first returned to cross stitch, I had a local needlework store here in Knoxville, and I bought this whole set. This is a set of the 12 Days of Christmas. And this is from the marking sampler. And all of these are one, you buy them individually, but this is all of them in one set. And here is her contact information. I'll list that below as well. But if you like this, it's an older pattern, but I emailed her last year, Darlene. I emailed Darlene last year, and she said that if you're interested, you can ask your local needlework store and they can contact her directly to order these. But it is from the marking sampler, 12 Days of Christmas. And I have the whole set. But when I first returned to cross stitch, this was one of the first things I stitched. I did not finish these. These I had professionally finished. Again, this was when I first learned, returned to cross stitch, and I was not finishing my own pieces then. But I had a professional finisher here in Knoxville finish these for me. So here they are. What I do is I keep them in this big bowl. This is a dough bowl, and I keep them on my table, but they are a coffee table. They are finished as ornaments. So if I ever decided in the future to make them or put them on a Christmas tree, I can do that. But here they are. I just love these. Matt put these in a bowl for me this year. Okay, here's the partridge in a pear tree. And they're all different sizes. Here's 2 turtle doves. 3 French hens. I love this one. 3 French hens. Let's see. I'm singing the song in my head. 4 calling birds. 5 golden rings. And 6 geese of laying. And these are all very primitive. They're all very different. See, we're 7 swans of swimming. This is one of my favorite. It's so pretty. And 8 maids of milking. Isn't she cute? 8, 9. Where are you, 9? 9 ladies dancing. And 10 lords a leaping. 11 pipers piping. And 12 drummers drumming. And these are really one of my favorite finishes. I keep them in a bowl on my table, coffee table, and I put some greenery in there and some little pine cones. It's fun to see them all together as one collection. So I love this piece. It's sort of like an heirloom piece, which is why I'm glad that I had them professionally finished, because some of those shapes, even to this day, I don't think I would be able to get them done just like that. So those are all of my previous finishes that I wanted to share with you. I do have one thing I almost forgot. Today, or yesterday, December 1st, started the SAL, the Stitch Along, that I am having or co-hosting with Merritt Crawford, and it is a JBW SAL. I forgot the pattern. Hold on one second. We are stitching the Over the Fields We Go by JBW, and I did not even start it, so that shows you that I'm off to a great start. But this is the pattern. Over the Fields We Go. It's a JBW design. I am stitching mine when I start, which will be this weekend, a 28 count red cashel linen. And I am using the B5200 DMC floss. So if you would like to join us, please let me know. Let us know. We are using the hashtag on Instagram, JBW OER, and I'll link that below too. But it is such a sweet design. You can do this in so many different ways. You can stitch it on white linen with any color floss. You can stitch it on black. You can stitch it on navy, red, green. The options and the possibilities are endless. So Judy always has so many wonderful patterns, and this is a new release this year. So it is easy to find. Just go to your LNS, call Stitch Etc., call Judy, email Judy, or go to her website and have fun with it. But that is something that I will be working on this weekend. So that is all of my FFOs, my previous finishes, and now let's just go into the giveaways. I combined 2 weeks of giveaways, so I'm going to go over all of the winners for those 2 weeks of giveaways. So the first 5 that I'm going through are from 2 weeks ago. So this one is Christmas Ornaments 2. This is going to Dawn Eck. Heart and Hands. What is this one? Bird in Hand, Winter. This is Tamara Pierce, P-E-A-R-C-E. Tamara Pierce. The next one is a Stacy Nash. This one goes to Pam Clapp, C-L-A-P-P, Clapp. Teresa Kogert, Soul Sisters. This goes to Wendy Bartlett. Wendy Bartlett. And number 5 is a Teresa Kogert on foam core, one of her art pieces. This goes to Luella Calkins. Luella Calkins. And then from last week's giveaways, these are all from the Fat Quarter Shop. And we had 2 quilt patterns from the Swallowtail. The first one goes to ND Quilter 1. ND Quilter 1. The second one goes to Mary Lou W. Mary Lou W. And then the next one is the So Scrappy quilt. So Scrappy Spools quilt pattern. One goes to Barbara Chase. Barbara Chase. Another one goes to Karen Price. Karen Price. Then we have a cross stitch pattern. This is Fall is in the Air. This goes to Taylor Clay. The next one goes to Mary Havlovic, Havlovic, Havlovic. And then we have 2 patterns of Rudolph Typeface series. One goes to Becky Reed. The next one goes to Joanne Toby. And then the last giveaway from last week is the cookie cutter ornaments. I love this. This is so pretty. One goes to Dee the Gardener. And the next one goes to Elaine Edwards. Elaine Edwards. So if I called your name, please email me at theproperstitcher@gmail.com. Let me know your name if it's different than the name I called out. Let me know your name, your address, and what you won. And when I return, I will get that in the mail to you as soon as possible. So we do have some giveaways for today. And I just am so excited for some of these because they are Christmas patterns. So, well, a few of them are. So we have some giveaways today, and here's how you enter to win. Be a subscriber to the video, to my channel, like the video, and answer the question below, followed by the number that you would like to be entered to win. You're welcome to enter to win all of them, and I use a random comment generator picker. So that is how I draw the names. It is based on the number that you use. So I use the number 1, number 2, number 3, and so on. So enter to the win below by commenting, and I will announce the winners when I do my next floss tube. So this week, I would like for you to answer, what is your favorite Christmas carol? Mine is Oh Holy Night. That is one of my favorite. It's hard to pick a favorite, really. I like them all, but I really do love Oh Holy Night. So I would love to know, what is your favorite Christmas carol? So list it below, and let's see what we have this week. Number 1 is a quilt pattern from Fat Quarter Shop. This one is called Painted Meadow, and it's an It's So Emma Painted Meadow number 1. Number 2 is the Jack Frost or Frosty Typeface series, number 2. Number 3 is from Little Robin Designs. This is one of her new releases this year, All She Surveys. That's number 3. Number 4 is a Teresa Kogut. It says, Oh What a Sight. So that is number 4. Number 5 is another Teresa Kogut Gather book. And number 6 is from the Joyful Stitcher or Joyful Stitching, this project bag. And it also has a little floss keep inside, or floss bag inside. So that's number 6. So let me make sure I got that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is correct. So sorry for the quick video today, but I just wanted to jump on here, say hello, see how your Thanksgiving was, and I wanted to share with you some of my finishes and my previous finishes and get these giveaways announced so that I can start getting all the information from you all. I hope you have a wonderful week. I will probably do a video with Kim tomorrow at her store, but I wanted to come on and do a quick hello today. But we will probably do a video tomorrow, and I will definitely be posting on Instagram some highlights from my trip and on my Facebook channel. And I will see you all next weekend, probably on Saturday or Sunday. So have a great week, enjoy your time, and get some stitching in.